PR, the major problem is 9 out of 10 students are not able to get the desired IELTS score. That is 8 in listening, 7 in other 3 areas. Listening, reading, writing, speaking, and most of the people are generally stuck up in reading and writing. Many people, even I have been teaching IELTS for last 20 years and I offer the training globally. Even I have seen students attempting IELTS test 39, 40 times. It happened with one of my UK students. I asked her, is this the world record or what? You appeared for exam 39 times. Every time she was getting 6.5 in writing, no matter what. She used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, lot of information. But I told her that, look, see, information and knowledge is not tested in the exam. This is a common mistake where you should know where to invest your time. You must build skills. IELTS is only going to test your skills. Even if you read 1,000 essays, can you become expert in essay writing? No. It is like you want to learn car driving and you are doing PhD on engine, car engine. That is a different thing. If you are focusing, if you are studying car engine, it won't teach you driving. It's as simple as that. So internet has many benefits, but at the same time, there is a lot of information. So it is like a sea, water everywhere and no water to drink. Still you can be thirsty in the sea or ocean. So that is what you need to understand. And even in listening, some people are stuck up at 7.5, even like with their best attempts. So what happens is, many students have given me feedback that they are not able to assess their own performance in writing and speaking. So they need this kind of support. So we offer regular writing corrections and we give clear tips like how you can improve further. First, we teach the strategies. We have made a system which will help you get the score, without problem. And we work zero in on the mistakes. Like we try to reduce mistakes and continuous improvement. So everything matters, and if we take care of those things, that can be taken care of. So one of the problems, of IELTS marking is that as they are testing skill, and if you focus on knowledge, it is not going to help you. This is one of the common obstacle to getting 8 or 7 also. Knowledge is not tested. So don't be after knowledge. Some people like to download a lot of material on the internet, a lot of this book, that book. Does it help? An ounce of knowledge requires tons of common sense to apply. My role is like a screw jack. You know, even an average person can lift the car or a truck with the help of screw jack. So our job, the only purpose of the experience, or what is the benefit of experience, I would say, is to simplify things so that it is easy for you. So my suggestion is, don't go after knowledge, don't go after collecting the material. You will be very happy. Oh, you got something free. You got this material, that material. Somebody said like this will help, that will help, and you are after the mirage, because this is knowledge. Knowledge is not tested. What I suggest is, even if you read 1,000 essays, it is not going to improve your level from 6.5 to 7 also, because generally they will start with the assumption that everybody is between 5 to 6.5. Now onus or it is your responsibility to prove that you are beyond this. So what they are looking for, you must provide. So one of the, again I am emphasizing, and one of the key takeaway of this webinar is, don't go after knowledge. Knowledge is not tested in IELTS. It's the skill assessment test. Qualitative improvement matters more. Analysis is important. Feedback is important. Without these things, no matter whatever free material you are expert in downloading, you are expert in finding YouTube videos, you are expert in doing anything, it is not going to improve. Because I have seen students struggling. The lady I mentioned, she had appeared for ads 39 times, and fee in UK, is higher than what is there in India. How much she might have spent? When I asked her, is it the world record? She says her friend appeared 45 times. And her father asked me, sir, is there any way out? Every time she's stuck up in writing only, in other areas, even she's able to get 8.5. I said, just trust me. We'll start. And in the next attempt, she could clear, the IELTS test, the writing area problem. Once we identified, we helped her with that. She cleared. And after that, at least 30 to 40 doctors from UK joined my course. The reason is what I'm trying to say. Consider the fee of the examination is 14,000 in India. From 1st April, they have increased the fee to 14,000. Now, if you appear for the test 10 times, you will be spending 1.4 lakhs. Now, if you make a small investment in some professional help, which can help you, I think you should do this cost benefit analysis. And again, when you repeat the exam over and over again, you are doing the same thing and you are expecting a different result. Every time again you are going for more knowledge, again expecting a different result. So if you just focus on do the same thing again and again and expect a different result, it is not going to happen. So this is my first suggestion to you: work on improving your skill, not knowledge. So my suggestion is, don't read 1,000 essays, it is not required. Learn how to write the essay properly, what exactly the examiners are looking for. Even if you write 10 to 20 essays properly, I can assure that you can get 7 easily. Not an issue. Okay, so one of the things we have seen is the importance of IELTS test. We are discussing that you need 8,777 for Canada PR. If you are a medico, say doctor, or a nurse, like doctors generally require 7.5 with 7 minimum in each. Nurses generally require 7 in each. In some countries, for nurses, like they have allowed to club 2 scores, not for other categories, because of the shortage of nurses in some countries. So this score is very, very important, and you are going to invest your time, money, energy, your entire career depends on it. And if you think that on your own you can do it, maybe unless you are extraordinary, it is difficult, because there will be some missing links, and exam is a dynamic situation. Okay, sitting at home, maybe you are not stressed, you are not under pressure, you are doing the test, you feel that you are doing well, you are able to get ideas for essays, you got some wonderful ideas from the internet. And in the exam, every time I will, in my sessions, I even give you last 15 years papers of IELTS, even what they asked in writing. Now if you see that in 15 years also no topic is repeated. Even if some topic is repeated, it is not the same. The pattern, some change is there, some twist is there. So when any new topic is presented, what do? That's a big problem.
Hello.
All the preparation would go in vain if you are not able to perform in that dynamic situation. So that is the first thing you should understand, why it is important to build skills. Now in writing, there are 2 tasks, and task 2 will carry more weightage. Some students commit this mistake, and that is also obstacle to getting a high score. If they spend around 30 minutes on task 1 and they say that we only had 30 minutes for essay, and they were not able to write the essay properly. So don't commit this mistake, because as I
Hello.
said, can you be on the mute? Nobody should unmute, otherwise everybody will suffer here. Okay, so 1/3 weightage is for task 1 and 2/3 weightage is for task 2. So you are supposed to devote around 40 minutes for task 2 and 20 minutes for task 1. So try to and learn to write this particular 20 minutes, and task 1 and 40 essay writing in 40 minutes. That is what I would suggest. Now coming to the key strategies. One I discussed, like here, the obstacles that could also help you come to the strategies. Lack of clear strategies. You don't know how to manage time. Now time is fixed, time is 60 minutes. Why some people are able to do in 45 minutes, some are not even able to do in 1.5 hours? The reason is there are some time wasters. Only reason is time wasters. I will just explain, as due to shortage of time, one of the time wasters. Now every question carries in reading, for example, 1 mark. Just because you find one or two questions very challenging, you devote a lot of time on those questions, and as a result what happens is you are not able to complete the test in time. And in all probability, with my experience, I can tell you, if you are not able to identify the answer quickly within the given time, it is unlikely that your answer will be correct. So you have wasted time. Maybe some questions were easier, you did not have proper time for them, you missed that opportunity. So just don't go after those one or two questions. Maybe you can just put a blank in the answer sheet, the pen and paper test. In computer delivery test anyway, you have the option of coming back to that particular question later, so that can be done. So don't go after one or two questions which may waste your lot of time, and maybe you will not have time for other important questions. So I think lack of time is only because you are not able to identify your time wasters. So my strategy, I would say, is focus on what understand, like every question carries 1 mark. So why you should devote a lot of time on just one or two questions just because they are challenging? It's a human psychology. If you don't get something easily, you will feel more challenged, and again you will try to go after it and devote more time. So but this can be very expensive mistake in the exam. So you must have clear strategy that no matter what, I know every question carries only 1 mark. If I am not able to get it within that 1 minute, let me skip it. If time permits, in the end I'll try to do it. So there will be generally 2 or 3 questions which may kill a lot of time. Another, those who are for academic reading, for them one tip is there, like there are some fill in the blanks where a table is given, like they give some options, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like this kind of, and you have to choose the words. Now if you try to search these kind of answers in the passage, you are not going to get them. So here we teach students to understand the parts of speech clearly, try to directly, based on the context and based on the understanding of grammar, try to fill the gaps. When you read the passage, it is just cross checking. Directly don't try to search. Many students have given this feedback that they waste a lot of time there. In essay, one of the key problems is, sir, we are not getting ideas, we don't know. Sometimes students don't understand the type of essay properly, right? I'll show you some examples, like why a student, though she has some like good style of writing, but she could not get good score. Here I have one sample, 2 samples of writing I will show you, so that will give you some idea. Now here there was one topic here. Once children start school, teachers have more influence than parents on their development. Agree or disagree? Now this was simply agree or disagree. Now what she wrote here, I partially disagree. This is not 2 word extent essay, so she will lose marks. They have only asked agree disagree. It must be one stand, cannot be partially. Again in the conclusion she was inconsistent. What she said, to conclude, I believe parents and teachers both are majorly responsible for overall development of kid. Kid again is not the academic word, not should not be used in the essay. They both play a separate important role in nurturing the kid. So now here this is, I partially disagree, right? That teachers have more influence, and in the end she says I both are equally responsible. This is called inconsistent stand, and many of you may not realize, but you may lose marks in task response and coherence and cohesion just because of this mistake. Let's take another example. Now here there was one essay on advertising. Advertising has an increasing effect on our lives. Do the positive effects of this outweigh the negative effects? Now here what they expected, it is like discuss both views and give your opinion. So you are supposed to discuss point of view 1, second point of view, and your view will be somewhere in between. So not understanding the type clearly can create problem. I believe it has brought several positive effects than negative, and I will shed some light on my view in this essay. Take the stand in the conclusion here. They are asking you to compare both and then take a stand. Then there are some subject verb agreement mistakes, right? Some vocabulary errors, inappropriate vocabulary. So even though she could have got 7, but just because of this problem she's at 6. because there are 4 marking criteria of writing. You might be familiar, like task response, grammatical range and accuracy, lexical resource, that is vocabulary, and coherence and cohesion, that is CC. Now, if you make grammatical mistake, what will happen? Not only, and here they don't give you score out of not like 0.5. Your final score can have 0.5, but here they won't give as 0.5. So if you don't get 7, you will be at 6. If you don't get 6, you will be at 5. Now, if you make a grammatical mistake, you will lose here, you will lose here also. So one mistake will be penalized twice. So 1 mark you are lost here, 1 mark you are lost. If you make spelling mistake, inappropriate vocabulary use, you use overgeneralization, you lose here, you lose here. So that is how the score is less in writing. So all those things we teach, and even you, if you can write and just scan it, we offer this service that we can do the correction and give you clear guidance, like how. Even I have students like who have scored 9 also in writing, which is very rare in IELTS, 8.5 in writing. And if you see their writing style, their original, very clear, in a very clear manner, they have followed the guidelines and they have done it, and they got 8.5 also. So there's no necessity of struggling if you prepare well and if you understand the rules of the game very clearly. Now, coming to the next part, I think these things are clear to everybody now. Like what exactly are the obstacles to getting 8 plus in IELTS. Focusing on information and knowledge, that point I already covered. Lack of time management also I covered. Now, key strategies. You must focus on the time management, means you must avoid time wasters. Now, in essay, for example, if you take a lot of time in just generating the ideas, you must avoid that. You must have a proper study plan. We give all our students a clear study plan. You don't have to search material because we will be providing Google Classroom access. Google Classroom is our digital library where you have 24/7 access to your exam of my recorded lectures, the mock tests, all the things, resources required for getting a good score, but limited and selected resources, not we dump a lot of material like that. Qualitative improvement you must focus on. Continuous improvement is important. It's not only just to improve, but continuous improvement is required, and seeking feedback. Get professional help in understanding like where you stand, where exactly you need to work on. Otherwise, as I said, if you keep doing the same thing and expect a different result, it is not going to happen. Now we come to the course very quickly. I will come before we start the training on that aspect, generation of ideas, and I'll be sharing that important tutorial also with you. So our course has flexible course duration. You can go for 1 month or 2 month courses. Even module wise courses also are possible. It's a live training, so it is not just some recorded videos you are watching. So it's a live interaction, so you can discuss with us during the sessions also. Your difficulties will be addressed, and training is 6 days a week. Writing correction support is there, so you can just email it to email the task, like it can be typed or it can be on handwritten, there is no problem. Difficulty solving, mock tests, sample answer self-study books, that digital library support is 24/7. All these things you get, and you get benefit of my experience of 20 years. Even in my team I have 2 more senior trainers, and we have been in this field for last 20 years. We have the regular classroom facility in Indore, and online we offer training almost in 22 countries. You'll be glad to know. And our main focus in online training is to help you achieve the score 8777 or 8 in each, depending on the requirement. We focus on that particular thing. And for today I have a special offer. Before we start training, I'll tell you, those who join the course today will get, already for COVID-19, due to COVID-19 problem, we have discounted the fee, but on and above that, those who enroll today will get 500 rupees cashback. So just you need to share your Paytm, Google Pay, or Phone Pay account. We can give you the cashback on and above that. And the link I will share with you right now. Just give me a second, so that those who want to enroll, they can even pay by credit card, convert it to EMI, and the fee is very much reasonable, so that you really don't have to worry too much about that. And those who are weak in English, those who need even grammar support, that also we provide. Because as I said, we have to focus on the skill building, and that is where some of you may need support. Because generally, you may have general idea, but then when it comes to getting the clear idea, even where to use a, where to use the small problems, subject verb agreement kind of thing. So this link I am giving you here, you can pay by credit card, debit card, any app also. So you will see all the options. NEFT also you can do, right? If you do NEFT, there are no charges. Here even I have waived off the convenience fee when you do any online booking of movie ticket or bus or train of any ticket. So you get the you have to pay the convenience